Hi, my name's Gabrielle White, and I'm a current senior at the University School of Nashville, right across from Vanderbilt, and I'm also a senior company member and senior team captain of Nashville Dance Center's competitive company. So I would love to be a part of Vanderbilt University's dance team for so many reasons. One, like many other people, I've been dancing for a very long time. I think since the 4th grade at this point now, that's when I started competitive dancing. And without fail, I think the most impactful thing that I've learned about dance is the community it creates. Obviously, there are going to be days when you don't like to dance or when you're tired and you just want to go home or things get difficult. Like, that all happens. It happens in any sport, especially dance. But I think that the one thing that dance has definitely taught me is that it builds a super duper strong community. I've gained so many friendships and just so much insight into a plethora of different topics just because of the people I'm around in dance. I think that it attracts so many different types of people, and I think that's super important for me to figure out and learn from as I'm moving into this next chapter of my life. I mean, I know that my friendships, my relationships, my passions, even my interests and hobbies will change because of college. It's a super new experience, and I'm so grateful to have gotten into Vanderbilt. But the one thing that I definitely do want to remain constant in my life is definitely dance. I feel like dance is such a large part of my identity, and although it is changing because I will no longer be a competition dancer anymore, I don't want that part of myself to just arbitrarily go away. And I think that a dance team is something that I definitely gravitate towards because I love being on teams. I love group sports. I love being in a community that's all moving towards a similar goal and a similar objective. And I know that Vanderbilt has other dance clubs, but I feel like the dance team, from what I've seen, is so inclusive and so supportive, and just everyone there looks like they're having fun and everyone wants to be there. And I think that's something I really want as I transition onto this next chapter in my life, is something where I feel like I can fit in and find my own tribe, as I would probably say. And I think that Vanderbilt's dance team is just such a way for me to grow with all these amazing dancers beside me, but also find a community. So even though I live in Nashville and I've basically gone to school across from Vanderbilt my entire life, I've never really been to any of Vanderbilt's games or anything, which will start to change coming very soon. But what I know so far is just basically what people have taught me. I've been to about maybe like 2 basketball games and 2 football games as a Nashvilleian, and I've been living in Nashville since I was born. Um, what I remember from all the games that I've been in and what I've seen from the Vanderbilt dance team is that everyone always has a smile on their face, and everyone in the crowd is always cheering. And I think that's something that was super impactful for me as I was growing up, was like, wow, these girls like look so happy and so confident while they're dancing. And also, I definitely remember the sparkly gold outfits. That was something I really enjoyed seeing as well. They were super cool, and they really sparkled in the lights of the gyms. But other than that, I definitely have looked at y'all through Instagram, and like I've had friends who are currently on y'all's dance team that I have seen on Instagram posting or like talked to. And from what I know, like everyone who dances at Vandy like absolutely loves it, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it. And also, I love dance teams, although USN, which is the school I go to currently, does not have a dance team. I definitely love dance teams, and I've loved watching them my entire life at other schools, and it's something I've been super jealous that my school doesn't have itself. So I think that I'm an ideal candidate for Vanderbilt's dance team because I would say that I'm a hard worker. My mom would probably call me my own worst critic, and I hate to say this, but she's probably definitely right. I think from a very young age, I learned the power and the importance of internal motivation. I saw the ways that my teammates would try their best all the time, always giving it 120%. And I really wanted to do the same, not only for them, but to also prove myself that I could. And I think that just spirit and attitude has kind of stayed with me throughout my dance journey. And I would also say that I've got professional experience. I have been in a couple music videos within my time as a dancer in Nashville, and I've also had lots of pre-professional experience because I was a competition dancer at Millennium Dance Complex Nashville 8th and 9th grade, and through that I was involved in took so many master classes, attended so many Break the Floor conventions. I even went to the dance awards my sophomore year when I was at the Artist Project. And I think through that I really saw a lot of dancers who were professionals, who were just insanely talented and insanely motivated to just be better every day. And it really inspired me to push myself and to also learn choreography very fast. I mean, in a professional environment, you're learning a whole dance in 2 hours, and I really had to train my brain to pick up choreography that fast and execute it well and pick up notes well, not have a sad time or a hard time picking up notes, not beating myself up when I got a note, but taking it constructively and keep moving forward. And I think I'm a good listener, and I definitely don't talk in class. That's not me. And also, I'm super obviously passionate about dance. I love dance. It's been a large and integral part of my life for so long, and I think that passion really does show when I dance, or at least I hope it does. And my passion for dance and my passion for growing as a dancer really does motivate me to be better every single day, and it's something that I take with me throughout life, not just in dance, but as an individual, as a learner, as a Nashvilleian. I always want to grow, I always want to be better, and I think that I take that spirit with me wherever I go, especially in dance. I feel like I have two proudest moments as a competitor. I would say that my first one happened when I was a sophomore in high school, and I was attending my second Nouveau convention, which is part of the Break the Floor series conventions. And I was in a class in the teen room, which is historically and stereotypically very competitive, very cutthroat, and there was probably 300 of us in there, and super packed. It was in a convention center, but we were doing this contemporary combo by an amazing choreographer named Chantel Aguirre. And I was super insecure about the way that I was dancing. I mean, this was my second time ever going to a convention, and this was not an easy convention to be at. Very difficult, very professional, very renowned teachers. And so I was doing the combo. I, was living through it, and then as she calls out the last group, I'm in the last group doing the combo, and she walks past me and she just stops. And she's just watching me do the combo, and I was nervous. I thought I had done something wrong, but after I'm done with the combo, she walks up to me with the microphone in her hand, and she's like, "That was so beautiful. Like, the way that your body moved, the way that you embodied my choreography was just absolutely amazing." And she told everybody to give me a round of applause, and I was just in shock because conventions aren't technically competitive, but they are because you're trying to compete for the choreographer's attention. There's 300 of us in there. Not everyone's gonna be seen, and I wasn't even in the front row, and she still saw me, and I feel like that was me kind of breaking through my own shell of being nervous or self-conscious about my dancing. And the second is more competitive. So that same year I went to the dance awards with my dance team that had just started that year. We were very new, very, very small. There was probably 12 of us, and we went out and we competed our hip-hop group. And these studios, they are crazy at the dance awards. This is the premier of the premier studios in the country. And we were just nobodies, really. I feel like we didn't have a name, we didn't have many followers, we had no recognition. This was our first year out. And we went in and we got third overall for our hip-hop dance. And it was so shocking. No one expected that. And honestly, it felt really good, and I think we all just went out there and had fun, and I think the judges saw that. But it was really shocking, and I was super impressed with us that day, so I was definitely proud of my team, and me as well. I think one area that I hate to admit, but that I definitely do struggle athletically, is just being equal on both sides. I feel like for a lot of my competitive dance journey, studios will just tell you to you need to practice your right side. Oh, you do your right leg, oh, do that. Or you do your right, jeté, grand jeté, do that. Do your right alcicons, all that stuff. I feel like that's been my dance journey. And obviously I did have a responsibility to work my left side at home, but I feel like even when I did, I wasn't just getting the results I wanted, so I feel like I kind of stopped. And this was in middle school, but I feel like it just became a trend, and then it just stuck. And so I feel like I didn't have the same strength on my left and right sides, and I think that's still true today. I mean, obviously I can still do stuff do kicks, do jumps, do leaps on my left side, but I feel like I'm definitely not as confident in my abilities on my left side, and it's something that I'm currently working on in my technique classes and my ballet classes and just my choreography classes. But it's definitely something that I am working on because I feel like I do struggle with being like equally yoked on both sides. So in college, as of right now, I want to double major at Vanderbilt in law, history and society, and African American history. I feel like the justice system is something that I've always seen and felt that I needed to change, I'm only one person obviously, but I think that I've always had this spirit of like changing and making the environments in places that I'm in a better place, or making them a more positive environment is something that I'm super passionate about. And obviously I want to learn more about African Americans in this country, as I am one myself, and I think that that's a heritage and a history that I'm super passionate about, and honestly I wish I learned more about it in school because it's so interesting to me and it's something I'm really passionate about. And I think that the combination of learning about my people and their trajectory through America, and also the law and its trajectory and how it has influenced my people's trajectory in America, is a super interesting intersection, and it's something that I'm really passionate about exploring in the future. So that's what my majors are for right now. Also, I think I want to minor in Spanish because I love learning Spanish, and I've been learning Spanish since probably the 5th grade, and it's something that's kind of stuck with me and been super fun, so I'll probably stick with that as well. So just as an aside, I did have to overlay music onto the video so that you can't hear like the background audio of me like doing my jumps, doing my leaps and stuff like that, and I wanted you to basically be able to just hear the music and just like see me dancing. Like I am not a tech guru. I don't really know how to use tech equipment very well. I did go through lots of different websites to learn how to do it, and lots of my friends and people I know to try and help me. But if it does feel a little bit unclean or wonky, like, I am so sorry. I'm very grateful you're viewing my video despite that, and I just wanted to say thank you for your time, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Thank you.